Today we're going to look at page 76. 76, open page 76 please, and we're going to correct our grammar exercise, comparative adjectives and adverbs as, as. So let's look at letter A, shall we? Letter A says, circle the correct words. Let's look at the example. I only have 20 minutes for lunch, so I always eat quickly. Pues como, pues rápidamente, ¿no? An adverb. Now, let's look at number 2. I lived in Dubai for 10 years, so I speak Arabic fluently. Pues como hablo? Pues hablo fluidamente, ¿no? Adverb. Number 3. The meal was very good, but it was very expensive, ¿no? So, ¿cómo fue esa comida, no? Buena comida, pero caro, ¿no? So, adjective. Number 4. When you finished writing your article, go back and check it carefully. Pues como hay que comprobarlo cuidadosamente, ¿no? Compruébalo cuidadosamente, con cuidado. Number 5. It's easy to lose weight if you do lots of exercise. Pues como es perder peso, es fácil, ¿no? Number 6. It was a great holiday, but we had really bad weather. Pues como fue el tiempo? Pues malo, ¿no? Hizo malo, ¿no? Mal tiempo. Adjective. I've met Matt a few times, but I don't know him well, ¿no? ¿Cómo lo conozco? Pues no lo conozco bien, ¿no? And number 8, I really like our new teacher because she explains everything very clearly. Pues ¿cómo explica? Pues claramente. Adverb. Now, let's look at exercise B. Complete the sentences with a correct comparative adjective or adverb. Let's look at number 1. It's the example. My new boss is more patient than my old one. No? Number 2. We aren't in a hurry. You can drive a bit more slowly. Pues ¿cómo puedes conducir? Pues más lentamente, ¿no? More slowly. The summers here are hotter than they were in the past. Hotter, my comparative adjective. Number 4. I failed the exam. I'll work harder next time. I'll work harder next time. Number 5. It's further to my parents' house than it is to my boyfriend's. It's further, ¿no? Es irregular, ¿no? Es de los irregulares. Far, further. Very good. Number 6. My husband is a better cook than me. My husband is a better cook than me. Number 7. A motorbike is more dangerous than a car. Adjective, no? More dangerous than a car. And number 8. You type more quickly than we. Pues como escribes la máquina, más rápidamente. We need our adverb. Now, let's have a look at exercise C. Rewrite the sentences with as, as. Let's look at the example number 1. My new car goes faster than my old one. My old car doesn't go as fast as my new one. Let's look at number 2. So, we have her shoes were more expensive than her handbag. So her handbag wasn't as expensive as her shoes. As expensive as her shoes. Number 3. My sister's office is bigger than mine. My office isn't as big as my sister's. My office isn't as big as my sister's. Number 4. Spain played better than Germany. Germany didn't play as well as Spain. Adverb there, as well as Spain. You drive more carefully than me. I don't drive as carefully as you. Harry looks more relaxed than Sally. Sally doesn't look as relaxed as Harry. How did you do? Well, I imagine. Very nice. Now let's look at exercise D. Look at the chart comparing life today and 5 years ago. Complete the sentences. Daily life in numbers. Now, so we have some information. Let's look at the questions. Now, number 2, popular. And we have phones. So let's talk about phones. Phones are more popular than they were 5 years ago. No? So they are more popular than they were 5 years ago. Number 3, expensive. Electric cars aren't as expensive as they were 5 years ago. Number 4, small. Cinema audiences are smaller than they were. Cinema audiences are smaller than they were. Number 5, we have bad. The traffic is worse than it was 5 years ago. The traffic is worse than it was 5 years ago. And number 6, happy. People are less happy than they were 5 years ago. And let's complete the sentence there. People are less happy than they were 5 years ago. No? So menos felices. No? Very good. Now, let's have a look at our pronunciation exercise. Pronunciation de schwa. Now, letter A says, circle the sounds, no? The schwa, the sounds in these words and phrases. So let's have a look. Look at number 1 is the example, busier, ¿no? Busier, ¿no? Que ese schwa muchas veces se escribe en inglés con la ER. Now let's have a look at number 2, not as old as. Number 3, better. Number 4, as good as. Number 5, more than. And number 6, quicker. Now, can you mark the schwa? Can you identify the schwa? Let's have a look. So we have number 2, not as old as, no? In as and as. In number 3, better, no? ER, better, no? La ER, típicamente la schwa, no? Number 4, as good as, no? As good as, las as, no? De as. Number 5, more than, lo mismo es la a otra vez de than, no? And number 6, quicker, la ER, no? So we have not as old as, better, as good as, more than, and quicker. Now, let's listen to the professional, okay? And check. Let's see.
5.1 5A. Pronunciation B. 1,
busier,
2,
Not as old as.
3,
better,
4,
As good as.
5,
more than,
6,
Quicker.
Now let's listen again, and this time you are going to repeat. Okay, you're going to repeat. Here we go. Are you ready?
5.1 5A. Pronunciation B. 1,
busier,
Repeat. Busier, busier.
2,
Not as old as.
Repeat. Not as old as, not as old as.
3,
better,
Repeat. Better, no? Better.
4,
As good as.
Repeat. As good as, as good as.
5,
more than,
More than. Repeat. More than. And number 6.
6,
Quicker.
Repeat. Quicker. Quicker. Now, so can you notice there? No, we have busier, not as old as, better, as good as, more than, and quicker. Now, that is our schwa in those words. Now let's look at exercise C. It says, read the sentences and look at the bold letters. Circle the schwa, not the sounds. Well, let's look at the sentences. Number 1, the 10:15 train's much faster than the 9:55. Number 2, his last book wasn't as good as his first one. Number 3, I'm busier than I was last year. Number 4, it's cheaper to buy that kind of thing online. Number 5, I don't spend as much time working as before. And number 6, this test isn't as easy as it looks. Now, shall we listen to the professional? Let's listen and check. Shall we listen? Here we go.
5.2. 5A. Pronunciation D. 1. The 10:15 train's much faster than the 9:55. 2.
His last book wasn't as good as his first one.
3. I'm busier than I was last year. 4.
It's cheaper to buy that kind of thing online.
5. I don't spend as much time working as before. 6.
This test isn't as easy as it looks.
Now, so in sentence number 2, no, we have as good as, no, the a from as in both cases. In sentence number 3, busier than, no, busier than I was last year. In sentence number 4, cheaper, no, cheaper, and of, no, well, not of, no, it's cheaper to buy that kind of thing online. And in number 5, we have the a from as, no, as much time working as before. And in number 6, lo mismo, as and as. So these are the schwas. ¿Y qué notamos? Que estas palabras que contienen la schwa no tienen, no están enfatizados dentro de la frase. Son sonidos débiles, ¿no? Con el estrés, ¿no? Como lo llamamos en inglés, el estrés, ¿no? Débil. Y muchísimas veces, casi siempre en inglés, estas sílabas ya y estas palabras tienen la schwa. Now, let's listen again, and this time you are going to repeat the sentences. Are you ready? Here we go.
5.2. 5A. Pronunciation D. 1. The 10:15 train's much faster than the 9:55.
Repeat. Are you ready for number 2?
2.
His last book wasn't as good as his first one.
Repeat. Are you ready for number 3?
3. I'm busier than I was last year.
Repeat. Here's number 4.
4.
It's cheaper to buy that kind of thing online.
Repeat. Number 5.
5. I don't spend as much time working as before.
Repeat. And number 6.
6.
This test isn't as easy as it looks.
Repeat. So, there is our schwa. Remember, it is a weak sound, no es un sonido débil, ¿no? Which we find in weak syllables, no? En sílabas débiles, and in weak words, en palabras, entre comillas, débiles, ¿no? Que no son importantes dentro de la frase, ¿no? So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.